Good morning, students. Today we are going to ahead with next part of this video. Already we have covered some parts, 3 parts, and now we are going with fourth part of this video. So we reached when enters magicians. Okay, here magicians enter, and Lorenzo and Jessica, they also praised the magicians which is being played. Lorenzo plays a glowing tribute of the power of the music, and he refers to the effect of music. Now it has the power to move not only human beings but the animals too, he said, and he heard of wild horses maybe jumping madly when they would listen the music, the sweet music. But they hear the sound of music, they stand still. So he says that when the wild horses would jump and move around, they would listen the music, and they would they would still there jumping. That means they will be quiet. Here then we see enter Portia and Nerissa, and we know that they have gone to Venice to solve the case of Antonio, to rescue Antonio from Shylock's hand in the court of justice. So they arrive quietly. They are pleased to hear the sound of music. As they are talking, Lorenzo recognizes Portia's voice, and he comes out to welcome her, and he said his news ready for the lady that her husband too is expected soon. So she cautions them all that they should not talk of her absence from home when Bassanio was away to Venice, because we know that Portia and Nerissa, they went secretly in the court of justice in Venice without the knowledge of Bassanio, her husband. So that's why she told Jessica and Lorenzo that they must keep silent and they should not reveal that we were absent from the house. Now we see that as Jessica was telling that they should not reveal, and just then a sound of trumpet is heard, and which announces the arrival of Bassanio, and he is accompanied with Antonio and Graciano. The very first thing to do is for Bassanio to introduce his dear friend Antonio to his dear wife, Portia. And here we see enter Bassanio, Antonio, Graciano and their followers. When Bassanio and Antonio and Graciano came, Portia and Bassanio, they exchanged greetings to each other, and Portia began to talk and started saying something. And she said that, let me give you light, but let me not be light. That means I want to give you light forth. I want to be your guider, but I don't want to guide you, and I don't want to become or never become light. And here the meaning of not to be light, let me not to be light, is the meaning of, that means unfaithfulness. Okay, unfaithfulness or unfaithful wife. She says that I don't want to be unfaithful wife, because unfaithful wife makes her husband sorrow. And Bassanio then he says that I thank you, madam. Please welcome my friend. He is Antonio, to whom I am much indebted. And Portia, she says that you should in all respect be very grateful to him, since I heard that he had signed a contract full of risk on your behalf. So here they started to talk about Antonio, and she says that you must be thankful to him because he took the risk of his life and gave to you money from Shiloh. And Antonio not so terrible a bond, but Antonio's heart is very, very kind heart, and he says that no problem, not so terrible a bond now, since I am free from it now. And Portia says that, sir, you are welcome to our house. And she welcomed Antonio in her house. Then Graciano also to Nerissa in the name of the moon above. I swear that you misjudged me. Indeed, I gave the ring to the judge's clerk. The matter of giving rings and taking rings here would come in the matter of Portia and Bassanio also, but it began in Graciano and Nerissa. Nerissa also had given a ring to Graciano as a token of love as his wife. So he gave this ring to the clerk, judge's clerk, and this clerk was indeed Nerissa herself was, but he was not knowing. But Nerissa asked about the ring which she has given to Graciano. So they quarrel with each other. As far as I am concerned, I wish he were dead, since you take this matter to heart. So Portia, look, are you quarreling already? What is the matter? So she also knew, but she deliberately asked this matter. And Graciano, he says about circle of gold and insignificant ring that she gave me. And he told the story that she gave me a ring as a token of love, but I gave it to judge's clerk, but she misunderstands me, and she says that you have given this ring to a lady. We see that Nerissa is angry to find that Graciano has given away the marriage ring to another woman. He is a faithless husband. Okay, it is called the faithless husband. So Portia intervenes and she finds fault with Graciano that he has committed a breach of trust. Portia pleads that Nerissa's anger is justified. Portia also agrees with Nerissa. But Portia says that Bassanio had not given the ring away. When Bassanio hears Portia's words, he is embarrassed. He knows that he too has pattered with the ring given to him by his wife. So he will find it difficult to defend his action. Then he says that I too have given the ring to a judge who has come to rescue Antonio. And he also defend his friend Graciano. He says that Graciano gave his ring to the lawyer's clerk. On hearing these quarrels, Antonio feels awkward. Perhaps it was for his sake that the two gentlemen gave away their rings to the men of law. He assures the two women that their husbands would never break their promises in future if the matter of mine would not be happened. And Portia here says, sir, grieve not you are welcome notwithstanding. And she says that, nevertheless, sir, you are welcome here, don't be upset. Because she knew that she had the ring and she is deliberately bringing this matter to herself. Then Portia asks sorry and pardon from Bassanio, and Nerissa asks pardon from. But at last, Portia gives Antonio a ring to pass it on to Bassanio, extracting a promise from him that he would not repeat the error again. So she says that you should not make this error again. You should not depart this ring from your finger until the death separate us. And when that Portia gave ring to Antonio, the mystery was revealed. They all felt wondering how Portia played the role of a lawyer and how Nerissa stood as her clerk in the court of the Duke. And then after, Portia tells Nerissa to give Lorenzo and Jessica a deed of gift, entitling them to half of Shylock's property after his death. And it is a welcome news for the two lovers, Jessica and Lorenzo. With this also comes the news that 3 of Antonio's merchant ships have returned safely to the city of Venice. And this news was happier news for Antonio. Antonio's three ships also returned safely to the harbor. So here the act 5th scene 1 finished.